thing that is very common in people who have multiple sclerosis is tightness. Sometimes tightness is from spasticity and other times it is from tight muscles. The difference is that spasticity sometimes doesn't let go. It just stays tight and locked in position. Whereas tightness, just from plain old muscle tightness, is because the muscles are shortened. With muscle tightness, there are several ways that you can get the muscle to stretch out. So I'm going to review those ways with you right now. For this example, I'm going to show tightness in my IT band, which is the muscle right on the outside of your hip, and it goes all the way down to your knee. Sometimes this can cause pain in your hip, or in the knee, or both, or in the whole leg on the outside. So the first way that you can get this muscle to loosen up and not be as tight is stretching. There are several ways that you can stretch this muscle. One of my favorite ways is the figure 4. In order to do the figure 4 stretch, you're going to sit at the end of a chair. You're going to use your arms if you need to, but get your leg into this position and then sit up as tall as you can. Now, my IT band is so tight that just from sitting up tall, I feel a big stretch. If you don't, feel free to hinge forward just slightly. Your back stays flat, but you're hinging and you'll feel the stretch on the outside of your thigh. There are ways to do this stretch lying down on your back or even standing, but this is my favorite way. Another way that you can stretch this IT band muscle out is using a foam roller. I prefer the half size of a foam roller. It's still the same circumference, but it's not as long as your average ones. And the reason I prefer the half size is because it's easier to move around. So for your IT band, what you're going to do is place the foam roller on the ground. Once it's on the ground, you want to sit on the foam roller. So in whatever safest way you see fit, you're going to sit down and you're going to be facing me, or whatever side is your tight side. Your arms go on one side of the foam roller, top leg comes over. Make sure you feel relatively comfortable and safe. And then you're just going to use both of your arms and this top leg to roll the foam roller on the outside of your leg. And you can use a foam roller for a lot of different stretches. Oftentimes the foam roller will come with a list of pictures and directions to roll out various muscle groups. So that's how you can roll out the IT band. My IT band is very tight, so it's actually a little painful to do this. So if it's too painful, you can lift up more with your arms and with this leg, potentially to the point where you're not even on the foam roller anymore. So lift up as much as you need so it's not your whole body weight sitting down on the foam roller. Another way you can roll out your tight muscles is with something called the stick or any type of roller like this. This is a fancy one that someone sent me, and I really like it because it has not spikes, but it has some pointed tips. So it gets a little bit deeper in the muscle. However, if you don't have something like this and don't want to buy one, if you have a rolling pin, that honestly works just as good. So for my IT band, you want your leg to be relaxed. You're going to hold on to the rolling pin or the stick and roll that exact area or muscle that feels tight. And it's the same thing if I use the stick or any type of roller. You're just going to go up and down. Your leg can be straight, it can be bent, you can do this sitting. There's lots of variations on how you can roll out the muscles, but this is just another way that's different from stretching that can help your muscles loosen up. The last way that you can loosen tight muscles is simply by massaging them. So for my IT band, I like to use the heel of my palm. Again, my leg is going to be completely relaxed, and I just put a decent amount of pressure through the heel of my palm as I run it down the outside of my leg, which is where the tightness exists. And with the IT band, sometimes it's going to hurt most right in the center, or maybe down a little bit further, or up higher. Everyone is different, but just by massaging that area and pressing down can be really helpful to loosen up the muscles. You can go sideways like this, more horizontal, or you can go vertical. You can stay in one area, then move down to a lower area. They even have some devices that you can hold onto that has a ball at the end and you just roll it that way. That can work just as good as the heel of your palm, and it can be helpful if you do have any type of hand weakness. So to loosen up your tight muscles, we've got 3 different methods. Number 1 is stretching. Number 2 is either foam rolling or using a rolling pin or something like this stick to roll out the muscles. And number 3 is massage. So you can try one of those or 2 or all 3. See what works best for you. You will know it's working if you start to feel at least a little bit looser. And if you do it consistently enough, you will start to notice that your muscles over time have a more lengthened position so they do not feel as tight. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. If you found it helpful and enjoyed it, please remember to press subscribe, press a thumbs up button, and share with a friend. If you have a couple of extra minutes and want to learn some more information, go ahead and check out some of these videos. And if you want a behind-the-scenes look into the missing link, which is my online MS wellness program, check out the comments below where I posted a link that you can see exactly what the missing link entails.